Hi, welcome, Merry Meet. Now I'm going to have a reading for Aquarius. So let's see, Aquarius, what's in store for you for the month of June. And of course, it's not Mercury retrograde, it's not over yet, so but I will try so that you know there has been a lot of things happening in the world also in May. This is the last day of May, so we welcome June with new hope. So let's see, Aquarius. What's in store for you for the month of June 2022? I have, of course, cleansed the cards and everything, you know. Oops. Usually I bend them when I shuffle that way, but I don't want to disform my cards, you know. So that's why I'm not doing it the perfect way all the time. So that is mostly for show, you know. It gets shuffled either way. Okay. Oh, the share. And as I said, welcome, welcome, merry meet. I will, of course, let's see. This is a general reading, as you all know. There we go. Maybe in the early past, many of you have felt the way, come back from something. Maybe something has returned from your past life. Maybe a friend, or it can be anything really. Old thoughts, old behavior. I feel like now in the month of June that many of you, maybe even in May also, but this is a reading for the month of June, that many of you have felt the return of old disappointments in some way. I feel like many of you feel defeated, let down in some way, you know, that there is this tension, you know. There is this, I feel the enemy now in June is words, communication, you know. Maybe you should be careful about speaking too fast. You know, this can also be your card in some way, because it's an air card. But reading it with this, I feel like many of you feel like women are not at your highest good. Maybe you are not listening to your intuition, and there's a warning about doing that, you know, acting, creating drama, or doing things without following your intuition and your unconscious. Maybe your dreams, you are overlooking your intuitive side in some way. And this is sun, moon, and rising. And of course, it can be for anyone who landed on this video that there's a message for you that you need to hear. And you can be a cross watcher. And if you are here to look about a water, I almost said Waterloo. Oh my God, it's Mercury retrograde, and I'm double Mercury, so Aquarius, I feel like there is this need for justice, but you are not acting in a way that can be justified. Do you know what I mean? You feel let down. I feel like the overall feeling, because I'm telling to you straight as it is, you know. maybe some of you are having a conflict with a fire sign, or overall women, and that goes for guys too, you know, that maybe women are not your allies in the month of June. But overall, I feel like many of you are overlooking your intuitive side, you know. I feel for many of you that there is some happiness when it comes to family. Maybe you are missing, maybe you don't have children, that you miss being with your children, or maybe you have lost contact with your children. Overall, family matters, maybe even your mother, and it can be your father, or any that you feel related to, you know. There is this sorrow here. And the advice is quite strange, but there is this conflict, you know, not physical fights, but arguments. I feel like in this period of, in this time, that you might have short temper, but in the same time I get this, you know, the spirits makes me feel like you don't want that you, how can I put this in English, you feel like you can't express it without getting into conflict, or you feel like you can't, you, maybe some of you are even afraid of speaking your mind because you are afraid to lose someone, you know. And you are quite, how can I feel it on your tips, on your toes, you feel quite guarded in some way, and you feel quite guarded. Maybe even you, maybe you have some women around you, either it's some women around you that you are in conflict with, or you can be in conflict with yourself also, but I feel like the problem can also be that many of you are not listening to intuition, and there's a warning about doing that, you know, because when she comes upside down, she is almost a warning, and she talks about negative emotion also. She talks about knowledge that you, that could have come to you, but it doesn't, or if it comes, your intuition tells you something, you're overlooking it, you know. If some your intuition is telling you to do that or whatever. There's a warning about not listening to that inner voice that we all have, and that your unconscious can speak to you in some way, you know. Let's see. I feel like some of you maybe even going through some sorrow. Maybe you lost someone that's quite dear to you. Maybe someone has moved away, or you had to move away from people that you love, or there is this heavy heart. Let me put it like that. And I feel like for many of you, there might be because of a water sign. Maybe you are missing, or because, you know, Three Swords often comes with tears in its waters, you know. So I feel like yeah, it can be a earth sign or a fire sign too, actually. For some of you, maybe some of you are arguing about marriage, you know, marriage or children. Maybe your partner wants children and you are not wanting it, you know. Maybe there's someone with Taurus in their sign that comes in and fucks up your feelings, or comes in between you and this lover, you know. You know, there's 3 kings out here, so maybe there are a lot of options that you have. Many people that are men that are begging and calling you and wanting you, you know. But that seems to not make you, it only seems that it makes you feel comfortable in some way, in the material, in the physical way, you know. Not emotionally, but physically. You are satisfied, or have the ability to be satisfied. It seems like they're also, that's good, you know, that it seems like in June you will have enough money, or what you need is not any problem, you know. Seems like many of you might have quite a good business deals, or have a good business head now in June, in the month of June. And that you might have a lot of new ideas, and you might feel quite creative, you know, and you're ready to make commitments in business, especially. I feel like many of you will feel like you are hindered by this conflict, and that you feel let down by someone. But though this is in some area, you are also quite lucky, because it seems like your financial business will be taken care of, you know. Maybe there will come someone that is a master of religion, or maybe even a witch, you know, or someone religious in some way that is highly spiritual, that can teach you something and come in and help you through things, you know. And I think I will lay let's see, let me just put it there to make some space for more cards, you know. Three more times. Thank you, Spirit. rests and rejuvenates. That is a quite beautiful card. So let's see. This card implies, that a period of rest and meditation, rejuvenation, recuperation is in order. It usually comes forward, when you're encountering or coming out of a particularly emotional or mentally taxing experience. The number 4, in numerology means foundation. So this is a time to heal and to be with your soul and to continue moving steadily forward. Allowing space just for your reflection is both needed and long overdue, So reposing, and taking moments for yourself will give you the opportunity to look at a problem or a situation instead of being in it. It's a chance to stand back, view your life with clarity and renewed appreciation, and see where changes can be made to create a healthier and stronger foundation, enabling you to take your next step. But you also, in the same color, got the number 5. And number 5, conflict and defeat. The number 5 mental card represent significant learning and change. And how you handle yourself at this time is vital to your overall well-being. This card could relate to a lack of sensitivity in taking action or in response to conditions or situations around you. This need for sensitivity could relate to you or someone else in your life. Even though a battle can be won, it's important to evaluate the cost and pain to both parties. It actually telling you to think twice before you go to war, because maybe the war is not necessary or will cost too much for both parties. Sometimes it's best to surrender and walk away if no answer or victory can be achieved. And don't assign blame, become deceitful, or set out to get revenge, for this results in the negative energy becoming part of you. You are being tested on how delicately and gently you take your next step. Remember, everything in your life is an opportunity to learn and grow. And use that opportunity to learn and grow instead of blame and revenge, because you are, the card is telling you that you first got to rest and rejuvenate in your mind and meditate if you need to. Rest a little and start over. And it's telling you that the conflict, if you are involved in creating drama, or others are creating drama for you, walk away. And even if you might even win the war, and the conflict, it might cost you too much energy, or either way it will create a negative energy around you. So leave it. Focus on your goal and your own mission. There is a saying that I really, really love, that I also put on my profile picture on Facebook one time. And that is, either you win or you learn. Never lose, Either you win or you learn. So, and the next card is also a number 4. And that's from the major arcana in this. And it's a echo from the Emperor in the original tarot, And authority. This card represents the masculine qualities of leadership, logic, strength and wisdom, and power. When this card emerges, it acts as a teaching tool, and in so doing, it is encouraging you to develop and reignite these qualities and tap into the masculine aspects of yourself. Other traits also included are good reasoning and problem-solving skills, being grounded and learning to develop strong mental control over free-reigning emotions. Oftentimes, this card appears to symbolize a father figure or an individual of wise authority who may be present in your life. It can be someone of high influence in business, or a prudent friend who uses logic and reason to create a positive outcome. Ask yourself whether it's time to take on and emulate similar qualities. Now is when you must act like a leader and exert your will by incorporating form and structure into ideas, plans, and foundations. It's time to stop talking and act in order to achieve what you must. Use these qualities and character of authority so that when you need to make a choice, you can use this card as you make a choice and you approach it from a place of wisdom, rationality, logic, and grace, rather than on foolishness, belligerence, greed, or self-centeredness. the way in which you acquire, handle, and wield power and authority is now being tested. And you know that this almost is an echo of what I said early in the reading with these first cards, because you know, conflict will not serve you. And if it's you that starting conflict with others, or others trying to start conflict with you, now you are being tested, the cards say, you know, because this is a destiny card, and it tells you if you are a leader, boss, or if you have a position in your life where you can act like a true leader, because a true leader and a good leader does not use pity ways to get what it wants, you know, because karma, you know, karma is, no matter what we do, we create our own karma. And now it's telling me that the spirit is telling you, I must say, that you are being tested in this period of time, and how you handle conflict, you know. And the bottom card is partnership and alliances. Ta-da. So the meaning of this card, you know, denotes that you're now starting to see the fruits of your labor take seed and blossom. There may still be a lot to do, but watch out for synchronicities which could bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. These could assist you in gathering resources for future projects. And by doing the right thing, these gifts will come to you, you know, karma. With all this, and with all partnership, you know, always remember that there has to be an even exchange of energy. If you give too much, whereas your partner gives too little, it will leave you feeling energetically drained and cause potential disharmony in the union. There must be overall balance within the alliances in order for it to work and blend together for optimum results. This card reminds you that success comes in many forms, even from the most unlikely sources, you know. Have an open mind when listening to other people. You know, that I know best and nobody can teach me anything set of way of being is not recommended. You know, always be the teacher and always be the student, and have this balance with giving and taking equally, not giving too much where you will be left feeling empty and dried, you know. And if you're getting without giving, it will end, you know. An open hand gives, will also receive, as I always say. So, and Should do or should not do? Well, I will do it. I will see what the animal spirits will tell you. I will draw one card. You got the bear. So let's see. And the bear is earth, waking from spiritual slumber and beginning anew is the key word. You know, what did I tell you in the reading? Listen to your intuition, Aquarius. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber, you know, at the first movement, and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move towards the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of this spiritual guest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles. But you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes and the warmth of spring emerges and your transformation begins. When the bear card, it is in balance, it represents inner strength and yearning to grow. When out of balance, it stands for withdrawal, lethargy, and heaviness. And to bring into balance, if you are out of balance, what you need is movement and exercise. So I will leave it at that. And if you want a private reading, you can contact me on earthangeltarot@hotmail.com. And like and subscribe. Bye! Blessed be. Ha det bra!